everybody, and welcome to my studio. It's Angela Nesbitt. I've had several requests for sneak peeks of what goes on here every day, so I thought I'd give it a shot. So this is kind of uncut, real time, so see what you think. So yesterday I left off in the studio with a couple of paintings that were not working at all, and so I started to problem solve yesterday with color, because I think that's going to solve the problem if I get the color straight. So I started to problem solve yesterday, so I'm picking up today with that task at hand. So basically everyone has problems in their paintings, so figuring out how to problem solve is what separates good artists and great artists. So hopefully I will rise to the occasion here and come up with a great solution, or at least I'll learn a lot for sure. So these two have very similar, I'll kind of get it closer, very similar similar palettes, which I wasn't really intentionally doing. I'd rather have them different. They just don't have a lot of sparkle or pizzazz. I can just tell right off that these need a little different direction. So when I started analyzing, what might be going wrong with color, and there may be other things too, but I'm just going to start with color, I decided to narrow in my blue range. I was on the color wheel. Color's my thing, so I teach it, I love it, I spend a lot of time studying it. When I kind of started looking at the color wheel and the blues that I was using, I was kind of swinging way around all the way over to the ultramarine blue from some greens and turquoise blues, and decided that that's probably the first place to start. So I narrowed up my my range in my greens and blues to make it a little more analogous, more close together. So I tightened up to Prussian, cerulean, a turquoise, and then radiant turquoise by Gamblin. So those are the blues I'm going to play with. And I'm also I'm limiting myself to a cad yellow medium and a yellow ochre, and that's all over here on this palette. I'm going to use a little burnt sienna to act as my neutralizer in the blues, and I have some red over here just in case I might use that as a pop. I'm not exactly sure. What else? This is kind of what I figured out yesterday. So I have all these colors laid out in a plan, and then I'm just going to spend time mixing them and just see what I can come up with, compare it to the canvas, and see where it goes. It really is a journey, and some paintings are like, bam, just get it, they're perfect, or they just seem to flow so easily, and others kind of have a few little detours and require a little bit more thought. So that's just the journey of painting, and that's what makes it fun. If they were all totally easy, we wouldn't be challenged very much. So so that's what I'm going to do to start off with today anyway, is play with mixing these colors, compare it to the canvas, and that's what's going on. So have fun watching me. probably 30 or 45 minutes on the palette trying to figure out what I think will work. I kind of limited myself back in, which is always a great idea. Ended up just narrowing the blues even more and working with mainly the cerulean, the turquoise, and the radiant turquoise. Also even made flesh tones that are made from a limited palette rather than expanding that. Tried to get my darks from the cerulean, and I did have to add in a dark burnt sienna in order to get something dark enough to have close to a black. Also mixed my orange that I needed to neutralize my blues. Really limited that palette in, and hopefully that's going to be the trick to pull this painting together. So that's always a great rule of thumb, is to not have a huge expanded palette, because then you start picking and choosing things that may not work. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to hit the canvas now and play around with this, and anyway, see you next time. Bye.